Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Weeklies. My name is Josh and I wish you a very happy Sunday. So today we are going to discuss about a indicator for Bitcoin, which is a combination of statistics and on-chain information for Bitcoin. The name of the indicator is the MVRV Z-Score. So Z-Score is actually a statistical concept where to check the deviation or undervaluation or overvaluation of a sample, the formula is calculating the market value and subtracting the realized price from that value and dividing it by standard deviation. And I will explain why it matters, because the market price of Bitcoin at any point of time is driven by the supply and demand of Bitcoin, whereas the realized price is actually the price at which that particular Bitcoins on that particular time period were actually bought or sold. So there could be a delta. For example, somebody might have bought Bitcoin in 2012 at $10, whereas the current price of Bitcoin, let's say at a point in time in 2014 might be $524, but the difference between that one particular Bitcoin would be 500 minus 10. So that is the actual realized price for buying that Bitcoin for that particular Bitcoin holder. So to your right, you can see the price of Bitcoin is at 23,500 almost, and to your bottom you see another chart in blue. That is the MVRV Z-Score. The Z-Score is, as you know, it's the division of the subtraction between the market price and the realized price divided by the standard deviation in the market. So as we defined MVRV Z-Score, we can see on the chart that during certain time in Bitcoin's market cycle, especially the boxes color coded in the green, you can see the MVRV Z-Score, which is again the calculated by the difference between the market price and the realized price and divided by standard deviation at that point. So the gist is, the higher the Z-Score, that means the more overvaluation of the asset, and in this case Bitcoin being the asset. And you can see the Z-Score, the peak in the surge in the Z-Score is much steeper than the surge in price. So this surge can indicate the top, because price may move slowly compared to the steepness of the Z-Score, rise in the Z-Score, even like in any cycle you can see. And especially one of the thing that happened in the last cycle is the Z-Score was way high during the first peak of the bull run, which was around the early summer of 2021. But you can see that the second time the Z-Score did not quite reach even 50% of the prior value, which was about 6. Now 7, and now in late November it was around 3. So this the line, the white line, indicates that the peaks of the Z-Score are also declining. Maybe that's due to the reduction between the market price of Bitcoin and the realized price, as more and more people keep on buying and selling Bitcoin. You might witness, and I have drawn this white line to establish like a predictive value of this Z-Score. And before I continue, I just wanted to let you know that just inform you that none of the content on this channel is financial advice. This is just an exercise on historical price and statistical information. So just do your own research. But this indicator, as you see from this line, these peaks are kind of diminishing in size. So if the reduction in peaks follows this trajectory and assume that as you might know that Bitcoin's bull market is correlated with its halvening. So 1 year from the halvening is where you would see the maximum surge in Bitcoin price. For example, Bitcoin's last halving was in May of 2020, whereas the peak of the MVRV Z-Score was in around March or April of 2021. So by that logic, the next halving is scheduled to be in, it's not set in stone, but it's scheduled somewhere around end of April of 2024. So if we stretch this line to April of 2025, you might see a corresponding value of MVRV Z-Score where it would correspond to the peak of the next bull run. And I will just stretch this one a little more. So yeah, so May 2024 or April 2024 is where you will get the Bitcoin will complete its halving, and in April of 2025 would be the peak of the bull run based on historical data. Nothing is set in stone. So just at that point, if we see a surge in the Z-score around at 4.8 or 4.5 of Z-score, we might be in a better position to say that, oh, this might be a peak for Bitcoin, because as you can see, these bands don't really, especially the red band, did not provide a signal for market participants in the last cycle. It barely touched this, the Z-score barely touched this band before the price began to decline. And even though in the second half of the year the price grew, because the difference between the market price and the realized price was not that high, MVRV Z-Score did not provide a signal to the market participant that this is the time to sell. But if you focus on the bottom part of the MVRV Z-Score rectangle, there is the green zone on this area, and this coincides to almost less than 0.5 or less than 0.1 MVRV Z-score on in Bitcoin. So if the score is less than 0.12, that time coincides with this green zone, and you can see from the green boxes or the red rectangles on the Bitcoin's price action that if an investor were to start accumulating or start buying for the first time during these phases of the market where the MVRV Z-score provides a flag to signal Bitcoin is undervalued, the market participant would be in a better shape, because they might be buying Bitcoin from its peak at least 70% down in this first cycle where the peak was around 1100. They would start buying somewhere around at $370, and they would again get a signal that, oh, now the MVRVZ score is not signaling anything, any undervaluation, and they would stop accumulating around in November 2015 at around the same price. So similarly in the second cycle, even though the MVRVZ score flashed undervaluation twice, the second time was barely just a line during the March 2023 crash. March 2020 crash. So in the first after nearing the end of the bear market, the MVRVZ score again flashed undervalued, and the price at that point was around 6k, but there was a sharp decline after this undervaluation, and the market participants were better off accumulating at around 3k. So not like a real-time signal, but also a signal nonetheless. Coming to this cycle in this bear market, since June of 2022, this indicator, the MVRVZ score, has has been starting to flash undervaluation for Bitcoin's price, considering 23k as the area where in June of 2022, where it started, the Z-Score started flashing undervaluation, entered the undervaluation signal. So and up until recently, this the price of Bitcoin corresponded to a Z-Score which was considered to be undervalued. So just wanted to provide you an update on that, and we will keep on tracking this progress, because as you see, the time spent in this undervaluation territory on the Z-Score varies from cycle to cycle. So in the cycle of 2014-2015, Bitcoin spent almost a year or more than that in that territory, whereas in the second cycle in 2018, barely 2 quarters, or like 1.5 quarter, and then just 1 week or 2 weeks of visit in 2020. Over here we have seen almost 3 quarters of time spent in this area. So just wanted to provide an update on that, and thank you for listening to me today, and hope you like the content. And if you like, please subscribe to our channel. My name is Josh, and I wish you a very happy Sunday. Thank you.